नमः। ॐ ऐं सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
दिव्य आत्मा हरि ओम तत्सत। आप सबको आत्म प्रणाम। All of you who are here and all of you who have joined online. Atma pranams, heartfelt divine love, light, healing, bliss, prosperity. As we attend Satsanga, may we be united, feel that oneness, feel that peace, feel that bliss, and keep it within your heart and emanate the same outwards. Only then you are shedding the light and the bliss, and doing also your karma. Karma yoga. जो मिलता है उसे बांटो, जितना बांटोगे उतना वापस आएगा। हम सबको ये याद रखना चाहिए। We all should remember that we give only what we have. What we don't have, we cannot give because we don't have. If you have love, compassion, peace, I'm not talking about money here. I'm talking about spiritual wealth. If you have that spiritual wealth, only then you can share. And selfless, karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, a little bit of hatha yoga and a little bit of meditation to begin with. If you have all those, integral yoga, only then you can shed out. Only then you can give out. If you don't collect some, how can you give out? What you utter, what you give with your eyes, what you give with your hands, your speech, your breath is all what you have. अगर आप किसी को आशीर्वाद देते हो, इसके मतलब आपका भी भरपूर भरा है। इसीलिए आप दूसरों को चाहते हो कि वो उनको मिले। किसी को कभी बुरा बात ना बोले। When you give out any type of word, any type of feelings, any type of energy, that same thing comes back to you in 100-fold. और अगर किसी को कोई भला बुरा कहे, you have the power to receive it or to reject it. समझते हो मतलब क्या है? कोई आपको बुरा कहे, आपके अंदर जो भावना है वो बोलेगा मैं ऐसे नहीं हूं, ये मेरा नहीं है, तो तभी वो आपके पास नहीं आएगा. And if you are really doing something bad, then you say, oh Lord, yes, this person has now taught me, reminded me, has opened up my eyes. And now this is the time for me to improve. So take it as a positive, with that attitude that yes, somebody is telling me that I need improvement in my life. But the other one is, I'll tell a little story, a small story, so that it can come to us and remind us and haunt us when things like this happen. And haunt us in the way to say, do this. This is what you need to do. This story is about a postman who comes to your home. What happens when this postman brings a registered mail to you? Okay, a practical example. A postman has brought a package to you and says, this is your package, I'm here to give it to you. You look at it and you see it's coming from someone that you don't know, or it's coming from someone you know, but you are not in good terms with that person. Or you have a feeling that it has something negative in it. So what do? Do you just take it? Would you take it? I would not take it. I would say, no, this does not belong to me. So as soon as you do that, that means you have rejected it. And what does the postman do? Does he forcibly leave it at your door? He cannot do that. So it goes back. Okay? It goes back. He takes it back to the post office, and where does it go back to? To the person who sent it. So that is the practical example of how things come back to you. And in this spiritual world, it comes back to you in 100-folds, 1,000-folds. The worse it is, the more times it comes back to you. Physical sickness, we all have it. This embodiment itself is a sickness. It's a shrap that we are born born in another embodiment. It could have been worse in another species, but we were blessed enough to be coming back in human form. So make use of this time. We are very blessed to be coming in the human embodiment, but we had something missing last birth. That's why we did not get liberated. But this time, take the pledge. I want to be liberated. अगर कोई भला बुरा कहे, शांति से, प्रभु ये मेरा नहीं है, भला है तो खुश हो जाओ, आशीर्वाद दे दो उसको. It doesn't have to be vocal. It has to be internal, heart, mental, and say, oh Lord, I have not made this mistake. This is not my intention. I'm not accepting this. Oh Lord, I am at thy holy lotus feet. Surrender, surrender, surrender. शरणागति, शरणागति, शरणागति. अगर हम शरणागति नहीं करें प्रभु को, तो हम इंसान चूक जाते हैं. क्षमा, खुद को क्षमा करो और औरों को क्षमा करो. पार्डन. और प्रभु के चरणों में गिर जाओ. Surrender at thy lotus feet, O Lord, for I forgive this person, for this person is ignorant. But I am not accepting any wrong things from this person. Oh Lord, help him to understand, help her to understand. But you don't fight. You don't give back and you lose. When you say any bad words to anybody, you are losing your credits, your punyas. Shay hota hai punya. You lose your punyas. What's the point? मन से भी आप सोचते होगे कि जो कर्म करते हैं वही अच्छा बुरा है. नहीं, सब कुछ मिला के. Even the moment that thought comes कि ये इंसान बुरा है, मुझे इससे अच्छा नहीं लगता, मुझे बात नहीं करना. That karma fructifies in time to come. As soon as you say it, it will happen sooner. And as soon as you think, it will happen later. And if you do it, it's done. So don't even think bad about others over here. A little, I just wanted to share this. So all of us go through certain things. We cannot please everybody. Just know that, sorry Lord, I'm unable to do this. Give me Shakti to be able to help others. So this is what I wanted to share from the deep within. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatetam Gagana Sadrasham Tattvamasyaadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Saravadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Sadgurum Tam Namami Sadgurum Tam Namami. Adorations to the Divine Preceptor, who is the bliss of Brahman, the giver of supreme joy, the embodiment of Bhiva consciousness, beyond the pairs of opposites, vast like the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond all modifications. To that divine Guru, we offer our adorations, our humble Sashtang pranams, at the holy lotus feet of Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj of Miami, Florida, Param Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Sivananda Ji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, Rishikesh, India. To Jagat Guru, our world teacher, Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya Ji, in the entire lineage, our humble Sashtang pranams. Pranams to saints and sages of ancient times and saints and sages of all religions of the entire world, our humble pranams. Pranams to Acharya Jis, Shastra, Brahman Devata, आप सबको कोटि कोटि प्रणाम. और सबको सन्मति दे प्रभु, ऐसी हमारी विनती है. आपके शरण में आके, हे राम, हे राम, हे राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, राधे राधे. Today's message from Pujya Gurudev on how to develop inspiration. देखो, आप सबको ये जानना बहुत जरूरी. Everyone, all of us have to know that our main goal as a human being is to be liberated within this very life, the highest goal. The worldly stuff will be left behind. What you do good will go with you, what you do bad will go with you too. And determine where you stand as a soul, as a jiva, when you face the Lord. Yes, हमेशा याद रखिए. Remember this all the time. And then move forward with your karmas. जैसा चाहोगे वही होगा। कर्म के समय भी सोच लो कि क्या कर्म हम बना रहे हैं, अच्छा या बुरा। Am I making good karma or bad karma? And the result will be accordingly. Today's message is human life is capable of witnessing a greater spectacle of mystic expansion than nature can. जो अभी इतना कुछ होता, बवंडर, बाढ़, अग्नि देवता भयानक हो जाता है, गंगा माँ भयानक हो जाती है, वायु देवता भयानक हो जाता है, टोर्नाडोज, व्हाट्स ऑल दिस, क्यों होता है, क्यों हो रहा है? हम सबको सोचना है कि क्यों हो रहा, क्योंकि that tornado is within us, that spiral is within us, and it will take us to somewhere, maybe hell or heaven, depending on what we do. So don't bring that tornado within yourself, within your mind. Bring coolness, calmness, shant, like that serene lake where there can be reflection of the trees around the lake. वही में रमते रहो, वही में रमते रहो. So we can have that expansion of that higher than the nature. We can rise above that. Therefore, though you derive inspiration from the scenes and sights of nature, yet you must not ignore the need of discovering the secret source of inspiration deep within your heart. मन का मंदिर, मन का आंखें खोल, तुझे प्रभु मिलेंगे. When you open the eyes of your mind and heart, the cave of your heart, only then you see the brightness, only then you see that light, effulgence of light that is within you, and then you can share with others. Help them to open the light of the mind and the heart. Rather, the objective presentations of nature must serve the purpose of awakening your inner perception of the beauty of life. If inspiration received from nature does not help you to turn to the inner source within yourself, it has failed in its message. How many of you have been listening? We watch news only very limited, just to know what's going around, because we are in the world, we need to know. But when I heard about those 60 tornadoes that happened just recently, isn't it eye-opening enough? In minutes, in seconds, the houses are ruined. And where is your house that you say it's mine? Where is your car that you say it's mine? It's gone, right? But whatever japa you had done, whatever good karma, it stays with you. That's what's going to help you. Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. So implement all these teachings in your life. Just listening is not enough. Listen, contemplate, meditate on it, and apply in your lives. यही मेरी विनती है आप सबसे. एक 1000 सोना से ऊंचा उठ के डायमंड बनिए. Out of the gold you become diamond. Out of the coal you become diamond. Be like the lotus flower. कीचड़ में भी रह के ऊपर आके सुंदर से खुशहाली देती, जिस पे ऊपर माँ लक्ष्मी बैठती है, सरस्वती माँ बैठती है. So become that. Doesn't matter what's happening in the world. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है. उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को, शास्त्रों को, और आप सब में विद्यमान परमेश्वर को. Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj, to all the holy scriptures, all sages and saints, and to the divinity in every one of you. Let us enjoy the glory of Satsanga. Satsang means when we sit together and discuss the glories of God and discuss truth. Association of truth is Sat ka Sang, Satsang. So we are on chapter number 7, Gyan Vigyan Yog. We are studying Bhagavad Gita every Sunday, and we are on Shloka number 11, where Lord Krishna continues to guide Arjuna like a mother guiding her child. With that love, उसी प्रेम से, भक्ति से, भाव से भगवान बहुत शांति से ये ज्ञान दे रहे हैं, with a lot of love. And where is this knowledge being given? In the battlefield. Everybody has, there are horses, elephants, chariots, weapons, and when the fight will occur, bodies will perish. In that environment, Lord Krishna is totally aloof, as if in bliss, and giving that guidance. Can normal people do that? No. हमें छोटा सा भी जब प्रॉब्लम आता है, our whole world shakes apart. Even when we are bothered a little bit, we can't sleep properly, we can't think properly. And here, Arjuna and Krishna and Pandavas, Kauravas, so much is going to happen, and God is calmly answering every question that Arjuna has. Because he is Mayapati. Illusion is Maya. Mayapati is the controller of Maya, God, Madhav. We also call Lord Krishna Madhav. The Pati, the husband of Maya, means Maya is under his control. So on the 11th shloka, God is continuing to guide Arjuna. Balam balvatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam karma viruddha bhuteshu kamo asmi bharatarshava.
O best of Bharatas, I am the might of the mighty who are free of passion and desire. I am the sexual desire in all beings that is not opposed to dharma, the ethical law. हे भरत श्रेष्ठ, मैं बलवानों का आसक्ति और कामनाओं से रहित बल अर्थात सामर्थ्य हूँ और सब भूतों में धर्म के अनुकूल अर्थात शास्त्र के अनुकूल काम भी हूँ.
So very deep shloka. God is talking about multifaceted things we do. हम जीवन में क्या कुछ नहीं करते हैं. धन भी कमाते हैं, धर्म भी करते हैं, संस्कार भी है, परिवार को भी पालते हैं. So many things have to be done while we live in this world. So God is saying, इंद्रियों के संपर्क में आने वाले विषयों में आसक्ति जब हो जाता है, Indriya meaning senses, when we go and run towards the senses and we get attached to the senses, and that is called raga. Raga means attachment, and that's the raga that causes pain also, because when we love something and it's snatched away from us, जब हमारे पास कुछ होता है और वो छीन लिया जाता है तो बहुत दुख होता है, because we feel we are in pain. And then desires, calm is a desire, isn't it? What is a desire? When you have a good experience, it becomes a desire. I want more of this, I want more of that, I want more of vacation. You had a good experience, you want to do it. So भगवान कहते हैं all that is acceptable as long as it is according to the scriptures. धर्म के हिसाब से धर्म को फॉलो करो, अधर्म नहीं करो. मतलब don't do unethical things, don't do wrong things. Other than that, raising a family, being happy, doing anand and also spiritual work is all good. शरीर के पोषण के लिए अनिवार्य बल मैं हूँ. He says when you eat the food, who is giving you energy? आपका काम शक्ति कहाँ से आ रहा है? I am the subtle energy in the food going into you. और संसारिक व्यक्ति, he says I am the energy in everything, not just in you but in plants, in animals, in lower species. And then शास्त्रों की आज्ञा के अनुरूप अथवा जीवन के कर्तव्यों के नियमों के अनुरूप उपदिष्ट काम हूँ. So he says, do the things that the scriptures allow you to do. Don't do unethical things, don't do wrong things. For example, if we steal to fulfill our desires, that is unethical. Scriptures बोलते हैं वो काम गलत है, नहीं करना है. तो क्या करना है? हमें कमाना है, बच्चों को पालना है, ध्यान करना है, चीजें लेना है, वो सब ethical है, good. तो accordingly, whatever the scriptures guide, he says, it's perfectly fine that humans do that. संतुलित खान पान की कामना मैं हूँ. And then God says, eat balanced meals, don't overeat or don't undereat. Uchchatam yoga uchchate, meaning like equanimity, सब चीज में समता लाना है. और जो शरीर के निर्वाह के लिए आवश्यक है और योगाभ्यास में सहायक है. He says when we eat moderately and we balance, not just eating but everything needs moderation. Too much is not good, too little is not good. So therefore we keep our body at a comfortable temperature, take care of yourself and do some yoga abhyas. Yoga means to connect with God, not just physical. Physical तो ठीक है, उसको हठ योगा बोला जाता है, जिसमें हम प्राणायाम करते हैं, like how to breathe properly, go up and set up our regular practices, meditate a little bit. All that is good, but eventually the connection should get higher and higher to the divine energy, and that is truly yoga. तभी भगवद गीता में हर चैप्टर में आ जाता है विषाद योगः, सांख्य योगः, कर्म योगः, ज्ञान विज्ञान योगः. Yoga means everything you are doing is an offering to God, and therefore it is yoga. Therefore Lord Krishna says the highest person is a yogi, a person who is involved in yoga, who is deep into yoga, who understands that. Then he continues in Shloka 12, Ye chaiva satvika bhava rajastasmasaschaye matta eveti tan vedhi na tvaham te shubte mayi.
All beings or objects that are sattvic, rajasic or tamasic, know them to have proceeded from me. I am not dependent on them, but they are dependent on me. और भी जो सत्व गुण से उत्पन्न होने वाले भाव है और जो रजोगुण से तथा तमोगुण से होने वाले भाव है, उन सब को तू मुझसे ही होने वाले है ऐसा जान, परंतु वास्तव में उनमें मैं और वे मुझ में नहीं है.
So here भगवान क्या बता रहे हैं कि ये सृष्टि त्रिगुण से भरी है, तीन, and we all have those three gunas. Guna in God there are no gunas. Brahman इन हम सब से परे हैं, अर्थात वो एक ब्रह्मांडीय शक्ति है. It is attributeless, timeless, spaceless. उसमें कुछ समय नहीं है, स्थान नहीं है. तो कहाँ है? माया में है, in the prakriti. Prakriti, the creation, God's world comes in a trifold form. Therefore, you've seen Bholenath ka Trishul, three, तीन. तो सत्वा, रजस, तमस, ये तीन गुण. सत्वा means purity, Rajas means worldly activities and tamas means inertia. ठीक है? Laziness. So different, they take different forms, and everybody has these three gunas. Everybody, whether it's even in plants, in animal kingdom, they also have these three gunas. Some dogs are very peaceful and some are very aggressive. Human beings same way. Some are very calm, nice, and some are very aggressive. So पीछे से तमस रजस सत्वा, ये these qualities come through many embodiments. You are not a product that you are seeing just now. You are a soul in the making. Over many journeys you have done. So based on that, God is saying, ये सृष्टि त्रिगुणमयी है. सृष्टि means creation. We are part of the creation. From the ocean comes the bubble. We are that bubble. The bubble bursts, we go back into the ocean. Not very hard to understand. एकदम simple है. लेकिन क्यों हमारे को समस्या कहाँ आती है? When we want to stay a bubble, we don't want to do anything else. We want to create our body identity, our house identity, our friend identity, and social structure, and so on. And then we are living all that. तो उसमें जब भी थोड़ा विक्षेप आता है, anything wrong happens, we get very upset. Why did this happen? Why did that happen? Why did she say that? He say that? So, but this is all part of nature. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Gun aate rahenge, and each person has different attributes. Even in one family, two kids from the same mother and father are very different. One child would want to do something, and the other one will do totally different. Born from the same. So सभी जड़ चेतन पदार्थ प्रकृति के इन तीन गुणों के समुदाय हैं. So God is saying, I don't discriminate. Everything you are seeing in this planet, in the creation, has these three gunas. उनमें एक गुण प्रधान होता है और वो प्रधान गुण वस्तु विशेष अथवा व्यक्ति का स्वभाव अथवा सहज गुण प्रदान करता है. So the gunas, all of Bhagavad Gita is a manual of our life. तो हमें ये जीवन सिखाती है. हम अपना जीना कैसे जिए, कैसे पहचाने कि कौन सा गुण काम कर रहा है. How do we know which guna is active? When you are in the temple, when you are peaceful, even if in the temple you are thinking of worldly thoughts, it's not sattva, it's rajas only. Because we are thinking worldly things, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do. So therefore we say, like we take our shoes out and we come inside the temple, we should leave our ego, turn off the cell phones, come in, sit comfortably, and forget about the rest. It's not running away. As soon as the satsang is over, the prasad is distributed, it's waiting to catch you. As soon as you wear your shoes, it will be right there. So then that's fine. But this time is precious because we have sacrificed, isn't it? हम सब कहाँ से आते हैं, समय निकाल के आते हैं. सो चीज है करने को. There are so many things you can be doing. But when we come here, we should do tan, man, dhan. समझ गए? Three things: tan, body; man, mind; dhan, physical resources, money or offerings or whatever you do. All three are needed. We cannot just do lip service. Swamiji, very nice. Okay. So then what did you take out of it? How did you change your life? Did something make a difference? That is the real essence that God is trying to say. तो ये भगवान की सृष्टि में, he says, it not only in animate and inanimate objects also. Even in the foods, some foods will give you a lot of stomachache, some foods will give you very good. तो इसमें they are healthy for you. तो इसी में भगवान बताते हैं, जब एक गुण आता है ऊपर तो दो गुण नीचे चले जाते हैं. Suppose your sattva is high, then rajas and tamas go down. When rajas is high, then sattva and the other one goes down. So much in the same way. तो ये गुण हैं. इन गुणों को समझना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. And they continue in Bhagavad Gita in many forms. Like even faith, we have it of three types. Other things, we have it of three types. Everything is like that. So देवों में, तपस्वियों में, दुग्ध. फिर ये जैसे कौन सा आहार अच्छा होता है? दूध आप लेते हैं, इसीलिए गौ माता का पूजा किया जाता है. We pray to गौ माता because everything is so nutritious. घी वहां से आता है, दूध आता है, दही आता है. Guys, गौ माता से, from the cow. So he says that is sattvic. When you consume milk, when you take green anaj, grains, good grains and healthy things, those will give you spirituality. They will help you in your sadhana. And then when we take lots of chilies, or we have lots of worldly thoughts and about money, all those things, that is rajsik. And then he says, when we go into foods, if we start going into meat, and then garlic, onions, those kind of foods and those kind of diets are tamasic. So moderately balance everything, and ultimately it's how you feel inside. It's about your body structure and how it digests all these things also. तो यद्यपि ये जीव और पदार्थ मुझसे ही उत्पन्न है, तथापि मैं उनमें नहीं हूँ. He says, I have created these things, but I am not in them. What does that mean, I am not in them? We say, भगवान तो हर जगह है, हर कण में है. What we mean by that is, think of the wave and the ocean. एक लहर है और दूसरा समुद्र है. तो लहरें कहां से निकल रही हैं? समुद्र से, isn't it? The waves are coming from the ocean, one wave at a time, and it's endless. It will continue on and on and on. So what is happening is that wave is the individual and God is the ocean. So when God is saying, can the wave become the ocean? Wave is a very small part of the ocean. बहुत छोटा सा अंश है उस समुद्र का. तो समुद्र वेव नहीं बन सकती है, लेकिन समुद्र में समा सकती है. Very deep, huh? You have to understand this, because if you don't understand this point, then we get confused. Now we say God is within us. Of course, but think of the bigger picture. You are within God, not God is within you. God has created this whole cosmos. इसमें 14 भुवन है, ऊपर नीचे पूरा धरती है, आकाश है, भू भुव स्व महाजना तपा सत्यम, so many different, and नीचे भी सताल पताल सुतल पतल, all these 7 planes down. So God is everywhere. So therefore we are part of God. That is what God is trying to explain. When he says मैं उनमें नहीं हूँ, doesn't mean he is not in us. What he's trying to say is, we cannot become the ocean. We'll stay a wave, but we can merge into the ocean, and then we become the ocean, isn't it? That journey which Swami LP always talks about, your goal of life, liberation, what ये मानव शरीर हमको किस लिए मिला है, all these things, all that is only taking us towards that goal, which is identifying that I am no longer just a wave, I am the ocean. I am no longer just a ray of the sun, I am the sun itself. But that's the journey. वो यात्रा हमको करना है. You are no longer, if you think you are the cloud and a little space inside the cloud, you will be very constricted and very much in pain, because the cloud will expand and contract, and you will also contract and expand, which is what we do, and we are in pain. But what are you really? You are the sky, isn't it? When the cloud disperses, you go back into the cosmic consciousness. तो उस हिसाब से हमको ये सोचना है कि भगवान हर जगह हैं, लेकिन हमको उसके साथ कनेक्शन करना है. That connection, that so-called, unity with him. और उसके लिए peace होना चाहिए, शांति होना चाहिए, भक्ति होना चाहिए. And it's not a intellectual exercise. We cannot just read a bunch of shlokas and we go home all enlightened. I wish it was that simple, you see. It takes life work. जीवन भर का हमें कार्य करना पड़ता है, और श्रद्धा के साथ करना पड़ता है कि बिन फेरे हम तेरे. जैसे औरत आदमी का शादी होता है, अरे मेरी बेटी का शादी नहीं हुआ, कोई ढूंढो, कोई ढूंढो, फिर ढूंढ लो. उसके बाद जब शादी हो जाता है, और लड़की भी बहुत उस समय डिफरेंट फेजेस में से गुजरते हैं, बच्चे भी, oh now we will be married and this that. And once she is married, first she doesn't even know the person, और उसके बाद जब शादी हो जाता है तो ऐसा अटूट संबंध है, it becomes so fixed, so much oneness comes. She doesn't need to remember her husband's name by doing japa. We do, but for God we do, huh? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya we do. Because, so the thing is, when God resides in your heart and it becomes your breath, आप सांस भी लो, उसमें भी भगवान का वास है, तो सब कुछ बहुत आसान हो जाता है. But उस स्थिति को आने के लिए, to bring that situation, we need the discipline, we need the process, we need these tools. इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, चाहे हम उसको मेडिटेशन बोलें, जपा बोलें, लिखित जाप बोलें, त्राटक बोलें, ध्यान करें, सेल्फलेस सर्विस we do, food soup kitchens you go to, you volunteer, so many things we can do. All these are purification methods कि हम सिर्फ अपना सफाई करें धीरे धीरे धीरे, जो हमारे अंदर इतना over many lives we have accumulated. So this is what God is trying to say. Then in shloka number 13 he says, त्रिभिर गुणमयेर भाव रैवी सर्वमिदं जगत मोहितं नाभिजानाति मामेभ्यः परमव्ययम्.
Deluded by the three modes of nature, this world does not know me, who is beyond the gunas and imperishable. गुणों के कार्य रूप सात्विक, राजस और तामस, इन तीनों प्रकार के भावों से यह सारा संसार प्राणी समुदाय, सारा संसार प्राणी समुदाय मोहित हो रहा है. इसीलिए इन तीनों गुणों से परे मुझ अविनाशी को नहीं जानता, बस दुनिया में रमते रहो.
So भगवान बता रहे हैं, he is giving you the reasoning also. आपको हमने बताया है, भगवान कृष्ण जब कुछ समझाते हैं, he wants to make sure आपके पास कोई भी, if you are listening, if you are paying attention, then all your questions should be answered, every one of them, none should be left. And if you still have questions, then that's why you have sages and saints and rishis and munis, and scriptures by themselves will not jump at you. You have to read them with faith and understand them with devotion. And when somebody like a master's or a PhD or a professor, when he says something and you are a student, you listen because he has been through that. उसके पास वो अनुभव है, वहां से वो हमको ज्ञान देते हैं. So God says, ask them. But this is a life manual of your daily living. Gita should teach us how to live our life, not just how to be spiritual, but how to be successful in the world also. अगर ये सब हम काम करेंगे तो स्वतः ही हमारे अंदर शुद्धिकरण होगा. We will become pure, we will do right things, we will make a difference. After all, how long will we stay on this planet Earth? All of us. 100 maximum if we are very lucky. Maybe before then we will go. So therefore we have to understand whatever we have in this Prakriti, these are secrets that God is trying to tell you. Most people don't know these secrets because they don't take the time. Not that they can take the time. Maya is so strong. There are sales going on, or things going on, or football games going on, or something going on. People are always, Maya is sucking them in, you see. Nobody's fault. Prakriti is like that only. Many people just get swayed. Just say current of the water, you see. If you don't know how to swim, even if you know how to swim, you have to manage the water current. It can, if it's strong, even swimmers drown in it. That's what happens. In this current of the water is called the gunas of Prakriti. कभी सत्व आता है, तो कभी रजस आता है, तो कभी तमस आता है, and they all alternate. So most people are intoxicated by my Maya and by my gunas. They are totally mesmerized, as if watching a magic show. When you watch a magic show, you believe everything, isn't it? They do these tricks, you believe them at that time. Why? Why do you do it? Because it looks like it's happening really. They are cutting a woman, they're breaking or tearing up your $10 bill, and a bird is flying out. All these things are happening, and yet it is all an illusion. Why? Because the lady will jump up, she'll be alive only, your $10 bill will be given back to you. The bird is no longer a bird, it's back into the little thing, whatever it was. So what is this? Same thing God is saying. ये मेरी माया है. माया मतलब nothing is real. It's all like your dream. जब आप स्वप्न देखते हो, do you think? What do you think when you are dreaming? Question to all of you. When you are dreaming, do you know you are dreaming? No. When do you find out? When you wake up. You see, when you wake up, you know you were dreaming. Then you say, oh, sapna tha, never mind. Sometimes it's a bad dream and you're very thrilled it was a bad dream. At least I'm alive, nothing happened to me.
And sometimes you talk, you cry, you yell.
Well, because mentally you are in another world. It's called the astral world. Sukshma sharir, aap hi ne banaya hai. And yet we don't value it. We just leave it as if nothing happened. A great thing happened. You were Vishnu lying down. You were Brahma. You created consciousness. From your consciousness came your dream. And what all came in your dream? Maybe a snake, a grass, ocean, a bull. You also. Who is all this? It's all you only. आप ही हो, आप ही वो घास हो, आप ही वो सांप हो, आप ही वो इंसान हो, आप ही वो कुत्ता हो. और उसके बाद जब उठ जाएंगे तो क्या हो गया? कुछ भी नहीं रहा. There was nothing and there is still nothing. Suppose you were eating popcorns in your dream. Would even one kernel come out and fall on your bed where you are sleeping? Nothing. Nothing at all. See, that is Maya. Maya. And Maya is teaching you this every single day. Every night you dream, you go to deep sleep, then you wake up. So ये हमारी स्थिति है. तो भगवान यहाँ पर बता रहे हैं, स्नेह, आसक्ति और मोहग्रस्त प्रेम इन तीन गुणों के परिवर्तित रूप हैं. स्नेह means affection, love. Asakti, attachment. When the love becomes too controlling, don't you go anywhere. I want to see you all the time. If you go, I cannot breathe. So you choke the other person with your love. So kya hai asakti? Attachment. That is not good. Too much attachment. And when this is why we cry so much when somebody passes away. Because this world, we are so attached to the world, to the person, to the things, to the possession. That's it. But yet it's all a dream. Sages and saints tell you, this is a long dream. ये जो आप देख रहे हो, इसको दीर्घ स्वप्न. How do you prove it? By your daily experience of your dreams. So this is called a delayed dream. When do you wake up? When we pass away. When we pass away, take our last breath, we wake up and say, oh, the dream broke. Just like your dream breaks when you wake up every morning. See? Spirituality can be a lot of fun if you go deep into it, understand it. But first you have to go through the waves. तुम बोलो समुद्र में waves ही waves हैं. Once the waves calm down, I will go in. You will never go in because the waves will never come. Waves will always be there. You have to go through so much in the same way, you have to go through the process of japa, kirtan, likhit, this, that. Go through that part and then you will start enjoying. Like you learn your music. First it's very boring. Then it starts to make sense. Then you write your own music. Then you do beautiful things. ऐसे ही भगवान बताते हैं कि ये इन तीन गुणों द्वारा सृजित मोह के कारण मनुष्य लौकिक बंधन तोड़ने में असमर्थ है. मोहग्रस्त प्रेम, where we get too deluded love, so deluded love. If I can't have you, nobody can have you. Therefore, I'll kill that other person who's going to have you. Isn't it? You read papers, newspapers, all the time these things are happening. So Lord Krishna is a psychologist. He is an analyst and he's giving you every single answer you can ever think of. But you have to have the dedication, the patience, the love and the discipline to follow what he says. And then he will also tell you, कि देखो, मैंने बता दिया. It's like a doctor giving you a prescription. Whether you take the medicine or not, up to you. If you want to heal, you'll take it. If you don't want it, you will not take it. तो बड़ा सिंपल सा वो उसका इलाज बताते हैं. तो ये मनुष्य लौकिक बंधन तोड़ने में असमर्थ हो जाता है. इनको बोलते हैं कच्चे धागे, प्रेम के कच्चे धागे लोहे की जंजीरों से मजबूत. आपने सुना होगा ना कि कच्चे, like there are no chains, visible chains, but yet we are so bound by them. कर्म ग्रंथि, काम ग्रंथि, विद्या ग्रंथि, कि हम इनमें जकड़े हुए हैं. केवल हमको वो चेन्स दिखती नहीं है. We are not able to see them. Therefore he says, अपने मन को इन तीन गुणों के स्वामी भगवान की ओर उन्मुख करने में भी असमर्थ है. What does that mean? That we are so caught up in the world process between love and infatuation and this and that and the three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas, and daily duties and this, that people forget about me. Lord Krishna is saying about himself. कि लोग फिर भूल जाते हैं, असमर्थ है, meaning they are not even ready yet. How much preparation is needed for people or swimmers or any competition you do? कितना लोग करते हैं 4 बजे उठ के 4 hours. Musicians do the same thing. Here God is saying one day you will be departing. So what is your वो ज्ञान दे रहे हैं कि हम अगर इसमें हम समझ लेंगे कि आप किस टाइम में कौन से गुण में हैं. So these gunas are very important. Sattva, rajas and tamas. Are you in sattva? Are you in rajas or tamas? Once we understand that, then Gita becomes a lot of fun. फिर आगे बताते हैं 14वें श्लोक में, दैवी एषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव य प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते.
My wondrous Maya, consisting of the three gunas, is extremely difficult to cross over. इसीलिए spiral में चलता रहता है. However, they who surrender to me are able to cross over it and become free from the power of illusion. How beautiful. त्रिगुणमयी मेरी माया बड़ी दुस्तर है, परंतु जो पुरुष केवल मुझको ही निरंतर भजते हैं, वे इस माया को उल्लंघन कर जाते हैं, अर्थात संसार से तर जाते हैं.
So God is giving you, भगवान बहुत अच्छे तरीके से हमें बता रहे हैं कि देखो, अपने आप ये माया तरना संभव नहीं है. Even big saints, they also fall down. You see, it's not so easy. Menka came to Vishwamitra and he lost a lot of tapasya. काफी सालों का तपस्या खत्म भंग हो गया था. और नारद जी का भी तपस्या भंग होता है जब माया. Whenever we say I have controlled, I have lot of discipline, I have been doing this for 20-30 years, be prepared. A test will come and we will fall like snakes and ladders. वहाँ 99 पे आके डंक पड़ेगा और नीचे 2 पे आ जाएंगे. So God is saying, what is the answer then? He says, well, just know, first of all, rationally understand God is the creator, we are the created, yet we have the potentiality. वही आत्मा परमात्मा हमारे अंदर भी भगवान की शक्ति है, लेकिन इस माया को पार करना आसान नहीं है. निश्चित रूप से प्रकृति के 3 गुणों से युक्त मेरी इस दिव्य माया को जीतना कठिन है. निश्चित रूप से. God is saying if it was that simple, then everybody would be liberated. Liberation, can you go buy tomatoes or you go buy a big mansion? You also go buy liberation. Go buy peace. Why can't you go get some peace? Even if you're a billionaire, can you go buy peace, happiness, joy? You can buy things. You can buy pleasures, senses, stimulants. You can buy. You cannot buy shanti, you cannot buy mukti, liberation. You cannot even hire the best servant to get your surgery done for you. You got diabetes, you have to go to the doctor. You have to go under the heart problem. आप ही को कराना पड़ेगा. It doesn't matter who you are, rich, poor, big, small, African, Indian. What difference does it make? We are all human beings and we are all here for a little time, then we are all going away. तो भगवान जो गीता जिस एंगल से सिखाई गई है, it is for all of humanity, for everybody, for all religions, for every human being. Nowhere does it say do this mantra like this or chant this or do this japa. Nowhere. He is giving you ideas for how to lead a beautiful human life. एक जीवन कैसे जीना चाहिए. कार तो कार है. Once you know how it will have a steering wheel, it will have these components. God is giving you all those components. He's teaching you how to drive. Once you learn how to drive, it becomes so much easier. Because now you know, अच्छा ये गुण है, ये भगवान की शक्ति है और इसको पार करना है, तो इस जीतना कठिन है, meaning be humble. Don't say I have conquered it. Nobody can say they have conquered it. Big Rishi Munis have fallen off also. So all we can do is we can be humble and pray to God that may our Guru's lotus feet be established in our heart. May we, God, may we always cling to you. May Maya not touch us. May we not swell and puff up our heads with big egos. Because if we do that, that is going to be very harmful for us. It won't help us. In the world, you will get name, fame, people will praise you, you will have big names and newspapers maybe, and you will get published, and all those things will happen. But if it takes you away from God, you have missed the boat. Another birth will come. You will have to go through that process again. Not that it's wrong. Even being financially successful in the world is not such an easy thing, isn't it? Not easy for everybody. That's why there are homeless people, there are people struggling, and people who don't have job, don't have food. So, but God is saying, put it all in perspective. जो मिलता है उसमें नम्रता पूर्वक समझ लो कि माया को जीतना आसान नहीं है. वे लोग माया को पार कर जाते हैं जो मेरी शरण आते हैं. So he's giving us an option. He says, look, there's storm outside. You have to get on that side. You don't know how to row the boat properly. Here I am sitting. I know the process. Come sit with me. I'll take you. हम तुम्हें पार लगा देंगे, लेकिन तुम कैसे बैठोगे? What fees will you give him? Shraddha, faith, devotion, love, compassion, and following his teachings. That's what he says. Follow these teachings. Then you come to me. वे मोक्ष प्राप्त कर लेते हैं. मतलब जो सब धर्मों को त्याग कर पूर्णतया ईश्वर को समर्पित हो जाते हैं. In the end, Lord will also say this. We are only on the chapter number 1. We have 18 chapters to go. तो सर्व धर्माण परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम व्रजा अहम त्वाम सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचा. Here God says, don't grieve. Gita is not meant for grieving. It's meant for being brave and bold and die like a lion. When you go, you should have a smile on your face and the whole world should celebrate your life. Why weep? काहे रोएंगे? रोने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. रोना दुखी लोगों के लिए होता है और हम आत्मा को वापस खींचते हैं. Do you know that? When we cry tears of attachment, अभी बात किया, भगवान ने बताया. When we get too attached and we pull the person, now you are obstructing the person's ongoing journey, plus you are also miserable. Instead, pray, chant, give the dedication, do japa, do Gita part, do go help people, help some poor people, make a difference in the world. That is what the real teaching of all the scriptures are, and of Bhagavad Gita also. But if you have prepared for it, then when that time arrives, you will have more strength. Automatically you will have more strength because आप लोगों ने गीता को धारण किया है. अगर केवल सुना है यहाँ से और वहाँ से चला गया या ध्यान नहीं किया, or you were not paying attention, then you come back. And that's all we do. But if you are paying attention and you are living that life, life will become beautiful. Ishwar Mayapati hai. That's why we are the micro, God is the macro. आप समझो, like we always use that example. When you cook rice, you will just pick one grain to see is it ready or not. That grain is you. The whole bowl is that ocean, that God. So he has not hidden anything from himself. He has given you everything. God doesn't work like humans do. Humans are very calculative, manipulative people. Copyright this, trademark that, do this, do that. Let me have mine. That's yours. You and you, me and me and mine. That's what sansar is technically. That's where we live. Does the sun ask you for royalty? Well, I'm the one giving you my sun. So who are these companies charging you royalty fees for? Like, take a little bit of sun and refract it here and give me all this money. You see, humans. नदिया न पिए कभी अपना जल, विष और वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपने फल. Unconditional love is nature's presence. God didn't create boundaries, you and I did. We created this line and that line and this house and that. Practically we need to live in this world. But when it takes over our very being and we forget God, that's where we are making a mistake. That's where we have gone too far. So always keep God in your heart. Keep him as the eldest, most loved member of your house, even if you are by yourself. अकेले भी हो तो भगवान को साथ में बैठ के खाना खाओ ना. पहले उनको धन्यवाद दो और उनके लिए भोजन बनाओ और उनके साथ खाओ. उनको धन्यवाद कर दो. So that's what he is trying to say. Then you will cross the Maya because you have followed the teachings. ईश्वर मायापति है, उनका इस माया पर पूर्ण नियंत्रण है. It's his creation, not our creation. Did we create this world? Did we create earth, water, fire, air, ether, any one of these things? We don't even know when our last breath will come out. And yet we have huge egos. You see? उनका इस पर पूर्ण भगवान का नियंत्रण है. अविद्या. And why are the egos there? Why is ignorance there? Why is lack of? Because it's all due to avidya. Avidya means lack of proper knowledge, lack of knowing how this human करना चाहिए, कैसे करना चाहिए. With this, we conclude our satsang for today, and we will start from shloka number 15, since it's 12 time for Mahamangala Arti, Gita Arti. And thank you all for listening to these beautiful teachings of Lord Krishna. And we are humbled and thankful that we get to enjoy this wonderful Gita Yajna with all of you. And to all the people listening online, thank you. The audio was a little bit better today. If it was, all the credit goes to Shivaji. And if it didn't, then just kidding. We'll a better way.
No, the sound is good. So, thank you, Priya TLJ. Yeah, you have noted that the sound is good. So all the blessings goes to Sadashivaji. He took lots of effort to make this happen. God bless you, and may you prosper in every way, spiritual wealth and worldly wealth also.
So thank you again to all of you divine souls. Let us do Aarti together, and then we will conclude satsang. Hari Om.
He wants to make it rotate it, yes.
आ जाइए सब आरती के लिए. We are almost ready. जय भगवद गीते माँ, जय भगवद गीते. हरि कमल निहारिणी, हरि कमल विहारिणी, सुंदर सुपुनीते. ओम जय भगवद गीते. कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी, कामासक्ति हरा. मैया कामासक्ति हरा. तत्वज्ञान विकासिनी, तत्वज्ञान विकासिनी, विद्या ब्रह्म परा. ओम जय भगवद गीते. निष्कल भक्ति विधायिनी, निर्मल मलहारी. मैया निर्मल मलहारी. शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी। ओम जय भगवद गीते। राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा। मैया कारिणी मोद सदा। भव भयारिणी तारिणी भव भयारिणी तारिणी परमानंद प्रदा। ओम जय भगवद गीते। आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी। मैया नाशिनी तम रजनी। दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी दैवी सद्गुणदायिनी हरि रसिका सजनी। ओम जय भगवद गीते। समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की वाणी। मैया हरि मुख की वाणी। सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी। ओम जय भगवद गीते। दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय। मैया मातु कृपा की जय। हरि पद प्रेम दान कर हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपना कर लीजय। ओम जय भगवद गीते। जय भगवद गीते। मैया जय भगवद गीते। हरि कमल विहारिणी सुपुनीते। ओम जय भगवद गीते। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यज्ञात् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा पराणं विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो। समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्मग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिनः। अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्ता पचामन् चतुर्विधं। हरिः ओम् सत। ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरि ओम।